Alright folks, from Kearny Mesa in San Diego, we're here for the title matches of today's JBT tournament. Or maybe we aren't, because we're bowling the OATOTAT format, so these may or may not be the title matches. We'll explain why in a couple minutes here. Megan Carlson looking for her first career JBT title. A veteran looking to break through in the win column here, going up against one-time champ Harley Handicap. That's his new nickname, Harley Sweigart. I'll tell you about that. Meanwhile, in scratch right next door, Stephen Manier is looking for his second career JBT title. He's got a tough opponent in six-time champ Mark Myers. For those of you who don't bowl our tour or don't know what OATOTAT means, it's an acronym that stands for one and done or two and through. If you were the lower seeded bowler in any match, once we cut to 16 for match play, you had to win twice to win your game. If you were the higher seeded bowler, you only have to win once. So even though the pins drop for the match play format, it's really advantageous to bowl as high as you can and get as high a seed as you can. Megan got the advantage of being able to lose a couple games early on as the 4 seed playing lower opponents, but now going up against the 3 seed, she no longer has that luxury. So even qualifying 3rd instead of 4th made a huge difference a couple hours later once we got here to the title match. Harley is giving 9 pins a handicap. He's got to win by 9 to tie and 10 to beat Megan. If Megan wins, we'll bowl a second game in handicap for the title. Over here, Stephen here is the lower seed as the number 4 seed. He's taking on the 2 seed Mark. So if Mark wins, it's over. If Stephen there wins, he wins the title. Megan has been bowling with us for a long time, a couple years now, done traveling through a number of different conferences for a couple years now, so she would love to end that journey for her first title right here in sunny San Diego. Mark, one of the favorites for Bowler of the Year this year, the defending Bowler of the Year in the SoCal Conference. Looking to make it 2 in a row and looking to open the season with a win. He wasn't able to bowl yesterday, so this is his first tournament of the year. Bowler of the Year this year is determined completely by points. There's no other factor. Forget that formula of wins and cuts and all that stuff. The most points wins it all. So participation and performance both really important.
Give me the order.
Really? I feel like the formula caused as many problems as it solved. And quite frankly, we want you bowling as much as possible, so never miss a tournament, never miss out on those points. Mark switches to plastic, but remains two-handed on just about all of his spares. It's a pretty ugly sight to see him bowl one-handed, actually. So he knows what he's doing. A crop of two-handers. Two-hander Kyle Holder finished in 3rd today. It's definitely a wave of the future for the youngsters. Oh! Megan only gets 1 off that big 4 split. Hopefully that count won't come back to haunt her later. Harley won a couple years ago, I think over at Mira Mesa, the sister center here to Kearny Mesa. See, Mark gets a ton of ball speed, a ton of leg speed to generate the ball speed that he needs to get that high rotation ball down the lane, but as Kyle mentioned to me right before this match started, it looks like the lanes are finally starting to change quickly. We bowled on a pretty easy pattern today. Has a beautiful strike there from Sweigart. Not the easiest of patterns, but certainly night and day from yesterday. Yesterday's cut was minus 95 on Winding Road. Today we bowled on Main Street, and the cut was plus 53, so you had to average 210 today to make match play, and a little over 180 was good enough yesterday. However, we've been bowling for 5-game qualifier and then up to 8 games of match play, so the lanes start to transition, and boy, Harley comes right back with a big 4 of his own, so a big 8 between the 2 handicap bowlers here. That's not good news. Stephen's sort of under the radar as far as the talent here in SoCal. He is awful darn good, even though he's only got 1 win to his credit. Don't let that fake you out. He's got a ton of finals and is only getting better and better. See how Harley gets his count off the big 4. That's a smart move, getting the 2. Harley's got 71, is that? No, 81, sorry, through 5. While Megan's got theoretical 71 through 5, so they're theoretically all tied up. Manier uses the conventional style of the thumb in the ball, so he's covering a lot fewer boards than Mark and a lot less hand rotation, so generally he's the more accurate bowler, while Myers relies on all that power to carry the pins. However, that was not a very accurate shot from Stephen as he whiffs it to the right. He's gone spare strikes, strike, spare, strike, and then hopefully spare here in the 4th. That would give him a 14-pin lead if he does spare it up, which he has. Meanwhile, Megan has come up high over here. Switches to the plastic for the spare and has it. Megan qualified fourth, like we said, at plus 106 for her 5 games today, while Sweigart was just above her at 109 up. Took a score of plus 22 to make the cut today in handicap. So not astronomical scores, but certainly had to throw a lot more strikes than he did yesterday. A little light for Carlson as she leads the 2. Meanwhile, Myers came up high and did not trip the 4. We're bowling on brand new pins here also. Even that little fraction of a millimeter of an inch flatter that those pins are make all the difference as far as things like trip 4s and half 10s. You saw a lot of 4 pins not trip today and a lot of half 10s this weekend, and that is one of the reasons why. Nice job with the spare from both bowlers. Pretty tight matches. Oh, thank you. Pretty tight matches early on here. No defending champ winners today, as Kyle Andrews missed the cut today, and Wesley Lowe missed. Yeah, was eliminated in the first round of match play here. Beautiful shot from Harley there. I said hi to Harley today, and his answer to me was handicap. So that's why he's Harley handicapped today. Harley's going to lose all his handicap today as he went 109 up and continued to bowl well in the match play rounds. There goes Harley handicap, the lone lefty remaining. Oh, another nice shot, but just like the righties leaving those half 10s, that's a textbook half 7 there, just not enough energy to get those corner pins out. As both Steven and Mark seem to be confused on that left-hand lane, as neither bowler really even able to find a head pin on that lane. That's not something we saw a lot of today. Oh, and that ball falls off for Harley. See that much more conventional down and in style of Manier here. Pretty end over end roll, nice follow through, great balance, and a nice result there. Oh, and a little Brooklyn love for the Arizona bowler.
Hi, girl.
Only Arizonan left in the field. Megan has a high finish in 3rd in all her years on tour, so she is going to do one better here no matter what, but would love to win 2 more games here to get off the schneid. Either way, she's finally in our Tournament of Champions now with that 2nd place finish.
Peel.
It had to peel, did not. 2-4-10 for her. Strike working for Steven. Well, a better shot on that lane, but a little weak in the pocket there. Myers jokes at him, got the 8 out. There's another pesky half 10.
Pesky.
Good turnouts, all 6 tournaments to open the season here so far. Kearny Mesa, let's be close. Nope. Real nice hosts as well, as Megan gets the count, but is open again. Steven hard and straight, an excellent spare shooter. That's the way to do it. So, Megan's got 118 through 8. Theoretical 129 and giving 11, so he's up by 2 right now, or 1, however you look at it. Oh, look, oh, it does fall! Wow! Looked like a solid 8, then it looked like it was going to fall, then it looked like it wasn't going to fall, and finally it falls over, and that's a big strike for Sweigart here in the 8th frame. That's 10 in the pit there for Myers. That could have been 20 in the pit for Myers. When Mark gets on a roll, boy, is that a tough player to beat.
He only raced 5 games.
Exactly. Oh, and there's the 8 pin he almost left last time. That time a solid 8. It's nothing even thinks about hitting it there. All that angle, too much. Boy, kind of unlucky that he didn't double there, but almost went 9 spare, 9 spare. So, you know, what are you going to do? The two-handed terror from Anaheim. The left lane is going to tell the story in this individual match for sure. They both make better shots, but couldn't quite get it back to the pocket. That's a lefty spare there, Kyle. They just throw it out to the gutter. It comes back on them. All right, so Carlson in a virtually even match. This one looks like it's coming down to the 9th and 10th.
Push.
Yep, push was the correct call for it. It got the split out. No trouble with Myers at the 4 pin, but he still trails in the matches. Neither bowler has figured out the left-hand lane. Whoever does first is going to win this match. And again, Steven has to win this match. Oh boy, thanks Kyle. Well, shoot.
I said don't.
That looked chop all the way along, and now Megan's probably going to have to double here in the 10th frame. And another half 10 from the near. Corner pin city right now. Megan probably has to double to stay alive here.
Hook?
And that's obviously not the double, so 147 with she spare strike, plus the 9 she's getting is 156. Steven converts his 10. No, it's not over yet. If she spare strikes, and
She's gonna have to mark.
yes, the fill ball is going to be important for Megan here because the fill ball forces a better count mark out of Harley. As the spare, but really important that she strikes on the fill ball. Uber important. I used Uber a lot yesterday. I did. It was like the weekend of the Uber here. Can Steven strike in the left lane? No, nobody can strike in the left lane. No, we don't want any of that.
Left base.
They're getting
We're
closer.
getting closer. Brooklyn.
No, and 7 is an ugly count there. That's not what she needed. So 144 plus the 9 for 156. 8 out would be 155. So if Harley gets 9 on this ball, he wins. If he gets 8 on this ball, he'll need 1. If he gets 7 or less, he'll have to spare whatever he leaves. That's the situation. Tie. Oh my goodness gracious. Needing 8, he could have gotten 4 on that
Nice
ball.
shot.
Instead, he gets 10, and Harley Sweigart's going to win his 2nd career title. No matter how they fall, all that matters is that they fall. They do, and Harley's a champion again. Well, for Megan, she's in the Tournament of Champions now because 2nd or 1st gets you in. And that's a good result for her. She'll see her again later. We'll see what happens. Congrats.